A growing segment of the American public is beginning to look past the surface of heartwarming celebrity narratives and ask a pointed, uncomfortable question. Why do so many prominent Hollywood figures have transgender or non-binary children? The inquiry centers on what critics describe as an unmistakable blueprint loop repeating across the industry's elite households. This alleged pattern, which emerged prominently from the early 2000s onward, follows a distinct timeline. First, many of the biggest stars engage in international adoptions, often bringing children from different countries into their homes. Years later, many of these same adopted children have publicly transitioned or declared a non-binary identity, a development that is swiftly followed by an extensive and often celebratory media parade. The similarities are striking: the same cities, the same timelines, the same script. For those who point out this repeated sequence, adoption, transition, media parade, the response from mainstream culture has been increasingly hostile. The narrative has shifted over time, moving from slogans like "love is love" and "gender is a costume" to a stark new rule: if you dare to notice this pattern, you are the problem. This enforced silence has led many to reject the idea that these are merely isolated, organic stories. Critics are increasingly questioning the narrative that every wealthy, prominent couple just happens to be on a rescue mission to raise a non-binary teen. They argue that what is unfolding in these exclusive homes is not genuine activism, but rather a form of ritual signaling. In this view, the children themselves become the currency used to communicate allegiance to a powerful, unspoken agenda. This analysis sparks critical questions about power dynamics. Why do these transitions cluster so heavily in elite homes, and why are the same media networks enthusiastically applauding every single case? The resistance to questioning the phenomenon often feels like blasphemy because, as some argue, this situation is not intended to be a genuine conversation. It is structured like a spell designed to induce compliance. According to this cynical interpretation, these children were not primarily raised to be free individuals, but rather to be proof used to market the next phase of cultural engineering, to melt the next generation's mind, and to confuse an entire society until outward compliance is indistinguishable from compassion. For those unable to ask why, the implication is clear: the ritual has already encompassed them. Tap follow / subscribe now. We're breaking down the biggest stories, and you need to be here for the next piece of the puzzle. Join the conversation and stay informed.